Hey guys. Ooh, hey. It's Tuesday, guys. It's Tuesday, I just realized. Hold on, you guys. We had the judgment card out this morning. Big soul epiphanies card. Jupiter getting ready to expand us into Gemini very soon. Very soon, you guys. So I'm not surprised to see the judgment card out. How have you guys been feeling? How have you guys been feeling? I feel like wrapping up Taurus season with so much. Ooh, that's so interesting because I was listening to this collective like tarot and astrology message, but also in one-on-one work. Do you guys see the Seven of Swords? Be resourceful with your mental energy, Spirit is saying, which is very interesting. You know what? So the energy predominantly is, I think we are feeling, let me move my frankincense. Y'all, it's frankincense. Okay, listen, if you don't want to burn it, the hack is to put a little bit of foil between your resin and your incense cone, right? Y'all said, what the heck? Listen, it's resin. At least twice a month. Sometimes, y'all, it really depends on the energy. Let me put this down, y'all. It gets so hot. You guys know if you have an incense burner, it gets really hot, right? So I have it on like a wooden plate. Yeah, spent this morning out in nature, really just trying to soak up, the juice of, I was going to say Taurus leftovers, but I don't know. Taurus was like, oh, we still really big here. The sun shifts today. Today's the first day of Gemini season. And, it's so okay. Spirit is like, we got a lot of things to talk about. Spirit wants me to go back, let's do this. Let's thank our ancestors, our spirit guides, our team in higher self, team of, angels, ascended masters, us in the higher dimensional versions for the highest and best good, future, past, present, time, all the gang, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much to the gang. My gang for me, etherically, astrally, ancestrally, right? They've been very present for me. Yeah, but now I'm thinking about the judgment card. You know what it makes me think of? Judgment card was on the table from this morning. That's just sometimes I will be studying a card. Let me grab a deck, Spirit is saying. Let's see. Maybe we'll just do some cards, you guys. Taurus season feels adamant like the mama hen in the hen house. I've been getting a lot of King, Queen Pentacles energy lately. It's like Taurus is like, oh, you better ground it all the way in. We need to talk about a few more things. I grabbed the Secret of the Ancestors Oracle and the Star Codes. That's what my guides, the energies were asking for. Yes, we are definitely excited. Gemini energy, of course, very, very, it's like insatiable. Right? The insatiable, we have goddess circle on the bottom. Y'all, I told you, the grandmothers, the mothers, I like to call mine the Hathors, the mothers, the cosmic grandmothers. They said, we listen. Okay. So in correlation with the judgment card, which is very much Lazarus, which is very much rising. You are rising from a dead version of you. Spirit says we are way past the death card, which is very interesting because are we not, I had the full moon chart in the background. We're not doing a full moon reading, but the full moon in Sag, Spirit, the guides, it's interesting because, y'all, we're going to put them on they said, put us on the table. We're going to put the goddess circle, you guys. And this is a very Egyptian card, but you know, we all operate and work within different archetypes as spirit, our ancestors and guides, and our team and higher self for the highest best good. We will connect with different archetypes, different visualizations, different things from our spirit is saying collective memory as we are guided to do so. So you know what I mean? You may be like, oh, you know, I'm not really working with Egyptian. This message isn't for me. This is any goddess circle. Spirit is saying, first of all, this card is very much like the wheel. And now Spirit is showing me like the stubborn bull, is a very motherly, very matron, very, very Venusian, very Taurus, right? Fixed earth. Oh, I want it to sit up, and y'all know I normally don't. Let's get a gemstone. Okay, there they are. They're at the table with us, correct? This Taurus energy. So they're showing me mirroring like the full moon in Sagittarius, pulling us up out of, away from something. Remember, we were deferring back to that full moon in Scorpio. And we were thinking about maybe what we had been emotionally alchemizing, you know, Scorpio is that deep, the depths, the intensity, which I'm taking it back in April, correct, to the full moon of Scorpio, but also taking it back to last fall. I'm hearing thought projections too, and I don't know if this was in regards to a relationship, but whatever the case may be, we are preparing, right? Full moon in Sagittarius is going to be on the 23rd in a couple days. And so I feel like this Taurus energy is like, make sure you are building. Uh-oh, y'all, what's the OG song? Southern Bible Belt girl over here. No, I'm not religious. All right, come on now. The something man built his house upon the dun 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 dun. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Spirit has a song playing in my mind with the Judgment card. The trumpet call is very full moon in Sagittarius is going to blow a big trumpet. Spirit is showing me it's kind of like blowing cobwebs, but it's like it's being blown into your ear. Now I'm hearing the winds of change, you know, because we want the wheel to keep moving forward. So there's something here in this stubborn Taurus energy. It's almost like I was going to shuffle this new deck, but I really want to, but I have to show y'all what card's on the bottom. Quit it. Right? Not the world. Ooh, double reinforcement that this cycle, this emotionally intense cycle must complete itself. It's really feeling big on the emotions, because this stubborn, I want to work with the energy of this deck a little more before I start shuffling these for us, you guys. This is a new deck, and I'm kind of obsessed with it, but it's already here talking. It's already here talking, isn't it? Yeah, Spirit is saying, though, we need to work with that energy just a little bit more. Y'all, as you said, what do you mean work with it? Look, these decks may get buried. They get laid under gemstones. Sometimes I'll put them under my pillow. There's lots of things that go on. And then sometimes me and the deck, she just going to come out the box and we vibe. And you know, I cleanse and clear and then we roll with it. It just depends. I guess, you know, I feel like each deck has its own personality and set of energies. And of course we have different artists who illustrate different tarot decks, oracle decks. It just depends. I feel like the tarot is connected to a larger body of energy, like almost like its own consciousness, right? And so oftentimes I find myself needing to kind of cleanse and clear and prepare tarot decks. That's a lot of cards, Spirit. Tarot decks a little bit more than oracle decks, but that's just me, you know. So listen, the Taurus energy, let me look at the rundown for this week. The week of the 20th, right? Yeah, I mean, Venus will shift out of Taurus soon. Yeah. What else? Because Taurus is still hanging on with an adamant message here. Yeah, you know what, though? It makes sense because Mercury is our spiritual messenger. That's our crown chakra. That's our mental body. Mercury is going to remain in Taurus until June the 3rd. Grounding out the thinking. Grounding out the thinking. This is also, Mercurial energy is like communication too. So I don't know. It's almost like a bull trying to pull you away from... Like, imagine you're on a wagon. Yeah, I know. I kept saying these images of Oregon Trail kept coming up. So-and-so died of dysentery. No. It's like being pulled away, and is like your wise matron grandmother's on the front, and she's like, don't talk to them. I've already told you. We've already been through this. We've already dealt with this. We've already cried this out. We've already grieved this. Do not. And then Spirit plays this song again. Da-dun. Built their house upon the sand. Is it house upon the sand? And something came crumbling down. I can't remember. That's like an OG Bible school Bible drill song, y'all. Taurus, I think I want to read you this Goddess Circle card because I've worked with it before and I kind of remember the message, but the palpable, matronly, Taurus, fixed earth, grandmother willow oak, all around you, child, right? This is it's a potent energy. I know we have Sekhmet. For the sake of the video, I'll say I know we have Iset. I know we have a lot of goddesses on this card, okay? There is a matronly mother goddess you can insert as your intuition guides you. So we can juice the marrow out of this Taurus energy. Mercury, the mercurial messenger spirit, is kind of bringing us, oh yeah, pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, I'll say. We still have a couple weeks yet for Mars to continue working with Aries. Okay, so it's like Taurus energy is the grandmother guiding but also Mercury still in Taurus is guiding the wagon, right? But now Mars almost looks like, these big stallion horses, or would you say, what would you call it? What would you call the male? I don't know. But these are the horses like pulling your wagon, right? And Mars and Aries is much like, let's make sure if we're going to boost this power, we're boosting it in the right direction. But it's almost this energy of, I don't know, it's like someone running after the wagon is how I see it. I want to talk to you, I keep hearing. And it's a very, the wheels are moving forward, type of energy. Let me check really quick before I read this. Jupiter is in Taurus until what? Yeah, the 25th, which is like the end of the week after the full moon. Yes. Of course, we know that Uranus will be in Taurus for a while, until 2025-26. So out beyond the veil, Uranus is still working with Taurus. And here, this is so interesting. Let's talk about it. Because Uranus is like your higher mind, right? Which is interesting because I was seeing Mercury in Taurus being like this wise matron, grandmother willow energy, talking about turn your eyes back this way. We are not even at a crossroads with I'm hearing that bullshit anymore. Okay, maybe the bullshit for you is a past version of yourself. Maybe it's habits. This could be this could be mental health, but in the body, right? A very embodiment of mental health. I left that back there at the other side of the crossroads for a very specific reason. This could be physical health too, because we worked with and grounded and brought in a lot of things in Taurus season. Mercury still in Taurus is helping us get those recognizations. Spirit is saying we are recognizing a lot of, it's like, now Spirit is showing me it's like we're riding with packages in that wagon. And it's very important that this, maybe we would say, thought form, projection, energy, entity, old emotional bond, all, Spirit is saying, already completed soul contract. You insert what your intuition feels is appropriate as a fit for you in your own experience of this. Is very specifically, though, Spirit, our ancestors and guides are showing that it is very specifically is a past like timeline, right? We have already evolved past this. Remember, we saw the world on the bottom of the other deck, and this is the Wheel of Fortune, and the goddesses guard this kind of. Remember in another video we kept saying we've already passed the ring, pass not? It's kind of interesting because now they're showing me it's as if this wagon. Y'all, I don't know why it's a wagon. Maybe because every time lately I think of Taurus, I'm thinking of the Oregon Trail. But listen, however you want to change, or your guide, your spirit guides may show you something different, but you get the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, hear me out. Harry Potter fans, shout out, gang, gang. Okay, what were the ladies that had the beautiful, was it like a unicorn or swan? I can't remember what pulled their wagon in the sky. Okay, so it's like a very magical wagon. Now imagine, what was it? They played Quidditch. They had those big hoops in the sky. So we've been passing through these hoops. We've been in a leap year. We've been timeline leaping. A leap month turns into an entire leap year. So yeah, you ever notice you look on your timeline, or you talk to your friends, or you just feel the energy and you're like, what the f is going on with time? We're doing like a, it's like a fast forwarding wheel. Yes, it's a leap year, and it's for a specific reason. But just stay grounded, okay? Do your electromagnetic work, have good spiritual and emotional hygiene, and good energetic boundaries, stay connected to the earth. All right, let's move forward. So now Spirit is like, let's upgrade the visual analogy, okay? So imagine you're on that floating, it's more of like a fairy-like, we will still call it, let's call it a carriage, yes. So it's like a carriage. And let's imagine your grandmother Willow is like a wise teacher, right? She is a matriarch, though. And this is very much still the Taurus energy, still Mercury and Taurus. It makes sense now that we're updating this visual into a carriage flying in the sky, because we're going to have a full moon in Sagittarius. I know, right? Just vibe with me, okay? And maybe it's pulled by mythical creatures for you. Dragons would totally work. Now I'm hearing the never ending. So it's very clear by all of these references that we have already timeline hopped, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's this weird vibe of like, child, tell me why Spirit and the ancestors showing me like a Lemony Snicket looking character. You know how in that movie theme, they're like, every time you turn around, you're like, how the fuck did he get back on the storyline? Is he really selling potatoes at the market? We hopped this. Okay, so listen, it's a very wizardly, now I don't want to say wizard. Let me use this term for you, and if you know, you know. Bless, sweet child. If you don't, get yourself some good knowledge and take responsibility of your learnings today. Somebody's granny said. A warlock energy. Learn what that term really means. So it's some sort of shape-shifting vibration. I don't know where this message is coming out of, but it's appropriate. So somehow it's like he tagged onto, let's say, the back little hitch of the carriage. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, how the did he even get through the wormhole? The ring pass not. How did he do that? And I don't know. Look. We could no, let's put a pin note in that. Spirit is saying we'll come back to that later one day, talking about how do they keep getting through the time loops. Okay. Now I'm hearing let's do the time da da da. Okay. It's called Black Magic, but we're not gonna, I digress. Let's stay focused. Our great grandmothers, our mothers' mothers, our sacred cosmic mothers, are continuing to bring us through these rings. I'm seeing the rings being very much like Aries energy in the North Node, Chiron and Aries energy, very much also like fuel for the carriage, being very much full moon in Sagittarius, but also still very much Aries energy. Mind you, we are in an overarching Leo-themed year because of the Strength card, right? Where it's also the polarity of that is a star card, because 7 plus 1 also equals 8. What's the polarity on the zodiac wheel to Leo is Aquarius. You get my vibe. So like, we've got fuel in the carriage. We have been going through the rings. We have been nailing all the when they nail the shots in Quidditch, right? They're going through the rings. Okay, you get me? And our matron energy is kind of smacking our hand and saying, we need you to integrate this lesson on. And now I'm being pointed to Uranus and transiting in Taurus energy and saying, you're not, Spirit is saying kind of like multiple things. Number one, the things that used to possess you and determine your value are no longer able to, I'm showing that warlock trying to hold on to like a back hitch, but it's slippery and he's falling. The only way that he'll be able to keep hanging on is if someone sticks their hand out. Or it's almost like very Sodom and Gomorrah vibes, right? Look at you, someone looks out the back of the carriage, right? And every time, this is a visual storyline of energetics. So vibe with me on this here. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you can visually follow the storyline and hit the notes of the energy in the astrology, and stay with me on the cards here, there's a message, okay? And sometimes storytelling can very much be an energetic activation that will kind of unlock things in you, in your own spiritual storyline. So just vibe with me. Let's say that when you look back, if the warlock, right, this spell throwing like a crazy person, trying to hang on to the back of the carriage of the timeline jumpers who are just transmuting and alchemizing energy, this is what creates the fuel. This is Chiron in Aries. This is North Node in Aries, right? Okay. South Node in Libra would be, we can't give everybody a ride on our carriage. It doesn't matter how good we want to look to everybody and be everybody's friend. Ooh, that's a whole side message. It's giving that you can't sit with us. Well, we never wanted to, right? Okay, the goddess circle. The purest souls on the carriage ride. They transmute, they alchemize, Spirit is saying. You could even, Spirit is showing another timeline of a story is that you can even see them as being dragon riders. Right? Because the story keeps shape-shifting in my mind to make it applicable for who needs to hear it to be activated within like their spiritual Spirit is saying recognition. Okay, I don't know, that's not a word. I mean, I'm an air sign, I know that's not a word, but Spirit said, hey, I said what I said. The pure souls, when they look back, when they make eye contact, the grandmothers are saying, keep your eyes on the prize. Look forward. We pass through the rings, pass not. But if we feed him eye contact, where your energy goes, your intention flows, and he can eat that. He, she, them, they, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It does look very lemony snicket, shady, divine masculine, but, to each their own in their storyline, just because we're not talking about gender, we're talking about energy, you guys. Come on, you know this. Maybe it's a Maleficent looking character to you. In my storyline, it looks more like a wizardly, creepy, what's his name in the Smurfs, y'all? Somebody remind me of what his name is that made the female Smurf. What's his name? Oh gosh, his name is on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, all of the stories have a purpose. Let's get back. What the goddess circle of we will say our grandmothers want us to know is that we need to look forward. When we went through the ring past knots, we were activated, right? And then in Taurus season with so much a stellium of Taurus energy, it's like we landed on that magical, now Spirit is saying we landed in the promised land. And imagine the dragons hitting down and their talons just dragging into the soil, right? Boom, we landed. Okay, or you could say the carriage just skidded to a stop. Boom, we landed. And when we landed deep in our own embodiment, in like a more 5D, like crystalline version, more of like a new earth version of a timeline, we activated the earth. Remember how we talked about the other day in a video? It was like fissures. Yes, fissures cracking to open new elements, to crack open and release new vibrational frequencies. All this is going on. It's amazing. It's wonderful, but it's abrupt, and things that used to be able to eat, feed on other things, maybe we can say that in very different way. 3D, 4D, 5D, not 5D. Not 5D and above, but 3D, 4D, oh no. It's like shaking a pest off of the back. I heard, what is that, y'all, brother? Okay, no. Shaking the thing off the back leg of a dragon is how I see it. Or continuously, like your great grandmothers, they know. They can look back at that shit and make eye contact with it all day and be like, get thee motherfucking behind. And he can't feed. But the soul is a very star-seeded, is a very indigo, it's a very crystalline. You understand what I'm saying? The calibration of the DNA is so, what's a good word? Spirit is saying organic, so pure, so, sadly, I'm thinking delicious. You know what I'm saying? Is that the ones who are needing to be taken on the ride, Spirit is saying for the landing, they can't look back and keep making eye contact with these, Spirit is now saying, like shapeshifters, right? Because it's a feeding. Even in just your sight, even in just the eye contact, child. Even as you just turning around to say, I hope they heal, I'm just, look, it's a message today. Don't even give it that. Don't even give it that. Spirit is being very clear. Okay, so you're on the metaphor, you're on the storyline. Now Spirit is drawing me back to this Uranus transiting in Taurus. It's very, you have to, now it's like, in this same storyline, Spirit is showing me, we're calling them the grandmothers, right? They're drawing the carriage, they're leading the dragons, however you're picturing that. The grandmothers are giving the girls mirrors and saying, don't look back. Put that same energy into the mirror for yourself. For yourself. And it's like a mirroring magic that pours that beautiful activation, that love energy. Is very like, it's like a reshifting. I'm teaching you, they're saying, I'm teaching you what to value. So values will be changing. The way that we learn how to project and protect our energy is changing. We were landing. Again, Taurus energy is very much embodiment. Boom, 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 back down onto the earth. Aries is very, shooting a rocket out the top of your head. It's very out of the crown. It's very, whoa, sprinkling of the light down through the crown, right? So we've got to bring that energy all the way back down to earth. So that Uranus and Taurus, Jupiter and Taurus, they were helping us. We're going to learn, we're going to make change. We're going to make progress. We're going to break cycles. That way that the wisdom can be, I'm hearing transference. The wisdom can be changed into new forms of abundance. Okay. So this whole Spirit just wanted me to share it in the form of a storyline like that. Oftentimes I'm very visual. I'm very much a storyteller at heart. I'm very much a reader. I'm very much in shamanic journey and meditation, visualization is a huge part of, I believe, how we use our imagination to recreate the new earth and new things, all this, right? So a lot of times I see the astrology this way, and I relate to being able to connect to a story. Because what we are doing anyway, Spirit is saying, and my ancestors and guides are saying, is that we are storytelling in one way or another. So what story are you telling yourself? And then how does that affect the energetics that you are walking through, is your perception every day. And now I'm hearing you affect it, or it will affect you, right? Mercury, once again, let's flip back. Mercury still in Taurus. Mercury will remain in Taurus. And we're just being led to ground in a new way of seeing, a new way of thinking. It's like something being unlocked or like downloaded into our five senses. And it has been, because Taurus season about to complete, but Mercury is still helping us. It's like, now I'm seeing when you go to the eye doctor and it's like click click, is this better, worse, better? Y'all know it's so much anxiety. I don't know, Karen, why are you flipping so fast? It's better, I don't you know what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Why? Can we just slow it down a little bit, please? Why are we going so fast? But it's like that, your grandmothers, I keep hearing your grandmothers, and it's like, we're adjusting your sight, we're adjusting your sight, we're adjusting your sight, we're adjusting your senses, right? How you eat, how you see, how you smell, how you utilize your hands and your feet. All of this is how I'm seeing. We are getting these downloads and activations, okay? And I mean, we still have Venus and Taurus up until the full moon, so that is only enhancing the upgrades to the senses. And again, I will say, we are in the age of Aquarius. We are going to work our way up to that full moon in Sag. Neptune is still in the very, very final degrees of Pisces. Saturn and Pisces. So I would not be surprised that if a lot of upgrades, downloads, redirection of the values, the upgrades, downloads, and the senses, you know what I'm saying? As we, Spirit is saying, reconnect to the organic, crystalline earth template, new earth template is how I see it. It will affect our own DNA, right? Which could lead into lots of different frequentials that we're able to receive and project and share with one another, which brings in different clairs, different healing modalities, different frequencies we can Spirit is saying, like, presenting different frequencies and perspectives to each other to get on different healing wavelengths. Woo! Listen, I spent multiple hours in nature this morning too, so I guess nature was like, you got to take all this back with you, and then the goddess circle is going to open and we're going to chat about it. Okay. Listen, let me read you this card, okay, from the Beautiful Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle, all right? The goddess circle, wheel of change. There is a season for everything, and this is yours. If you haven't already received the good news, it's on its way. Ooh, Spirit said, we just told you the good news just now. Prepare yourself, okay? It is safe to celebrate. You deserve it. Don't question the joy. Do not wait for the other shoe to drop. Rejoice, beautiful. You are the moment. This is your time. Positive changes on the way. Expansion, evolution, revolution. Be open to change. This is a great season to let go of the past and take a big risk. The powerful Egyptian goddesses and queens from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, Katesh, Nefertiti, Ma'at, Sekhmet, and Iset, showed up for the goddess circle. It's powerful. Their unified power creates a portal of unlimited choices and transformations. Yeah, Spirit is saying, the grandmothers, this Taurian energy is saying these are the rings, right? One thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that it keeps turning. For some of your ancestors, it was difficult to feel joy for joy's sake. Heal their energy by celebrating your now. I don't know, Spirit is saying for some, it's a message that if you are and this goes back to this whole unique perspective, what Jupiter in Taurus has been working with us on the past year or more. What Uranus and Taurus will continue to work with us, as Jupiter will move into Gemini, right? And then it's like, boom, our grandmothers are going to stop the carriage and let us open all these packages that we drove into this new land. We are going to unpack them. Gemini, we are going to get curious. We're going to get intellectual. We're going to read all the books. We're going to receive the messages. We're going to start learning, right? Like new babies, like new students. And I feel like everyone on different levels will have modalities that they will begin to learn. Now, Spirit is saying, if you so choose, you do have a free will, but there's a message here about this whole, your ancestors weren't able to feel joy like they wanted to. It's about joy. It's about pleasure. It's about fun. What are you doing in your life Now, let me tell you something. I understand self-love, discipline. I understand when it comes to taking care of your mental health, when it comes to taking care of your body, when it comes to showing up for your family. Yes, I know that self-love is a form of discipline. I do all of these things. I'm down for all of these things. But I'm telling you, here's an example. How do we say? Learn what it feels like to revel in joy. Because I feel like there's a key there in this Goddess Circle card of reveling in joy to Spirit is saying, you guys need to chill with the wand today. There's a key here. Chiron and Aries. Chiron is the key. There's a key here in the healing and the passion and the ability to kind of unlock that next level is, I don't know, it's this whole vibe or, well, why the fuck are you doing that if it doesn't bring you joy? Now, let me give you an example. If you do something because it's full of purpose, it gives you joy and happiness to do it, or let's say to be of service, or let's say to create it, that's amazing. But if your whole life is oriented around, now, okay, you may say, well, let's give an example. I feel that it is part of my soul calling to be a tarot reader, to work with divination tools, to channel messages from ancestors, guides, and the spirit team, etc. Right? I mean, it's like you'll never feel like you do a day of work in your life if you do something that you love. It's full of purpose, right? Yes, but that doesn't mean there won't be days that I don't have to discipline myself. It does not mean that there won't be days where some things won't always feel super duper joyful. Sometimes you're tired and drained of energy. Yes, like I get all that. But here's what I feel like is, if your entire life or huge chunks and parts of your life are oriented around things that make you feel like shit, or people that constantly feed off or drain you from joy, why are you showing up to that? Why are you tapping into that? And there's a point of healing there and something that needs to be alchemized there. Right? Yeah. That's a huge Uranus and Taurus frequency. We need to understand, what challenges me to doubt that I'm not worthy or valuable of like love, celebration, joy. And somebody's like, well, sometimes, you can be in the middle of something thinking you're loving and celebrating and it's joy and it's toxic as hell and maybe you're just being used. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you sure can. That's why discernment is important. That's why being self-aware is important. You know what I mean? Dang, here I am thinking, we're going to tap in. We're just going to chit-chat about Jupiter and Gemini and, I don't know. And it's like, again, Mars and Aries, like I said, let's imagine there's stallions on the front of your carriage, right? They're blazing out fire, they're leading the trail, we're doing the timeline travel, we're shaking off what were we saying, warlocks, the lemony snickets. I hope I'm saying that's the name, right? Lemony snicket. And every time the storyline you be like, well, I be damned, he's the chef. Now how did he get on this tiny island in the middle of with the babies up on the, what I'm talking about? Y'all know. Listen, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, our team and higher self, the highest and best love, messages that promote abundance, wisdom, healing, self-awareness, blessings. Spirit guides, ancestors, and team, are there any other messages? I am shuffling. Somebody said, what the heck you got? The unfolding path. Y'all know we love this one. It's so pretty. Oh, you know what? Going back, after we unpack that whole storyline, taking it all the way back to the Judgment card. I don't know. Those might have been our cards, y'all, because this tarot deck, she's a little quiet. She's a little quiet. But yeah, it really felt like with the Seven of Swords and the kind of the epiphany moment, the awakening moment, the Judgment card is very much. And then we had the World on the bottom of the deck too, because the Judgment, there's a Judgment and then after that's the World. That's interesting. There is some sort of self-understanding, spiritual awakening moment that led to a huge completement of the cycle. And it's kind of like, Seven of Swords. And then listen, we've got the judgment. Clarify judgment earlier. Listen, and I feel like I just got home. That's what I'm hearing. I feel. Y'all, listen. They flew us right in on the carriage. But it's like someone, the Seven of Swords, and now we see the Seven of Cups. It's like this energy of someone daydreaming about how they can, I don't know, I'm hearing flip it. Don't be flipping on them dreams now. Nuh-uh. Not on the goddess circle like that. That thing will not flip it. It will get reversed and put down very quickly, Spirit said. It's your fliminipus when y'all listen. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups is not feeling good to me in my intuition, in my heart space. It's feeling like I would love to steal. I would love to drink from some of your cups. You know, all those cups in the carriage looking so delicious, so pure. I would just love, or what if I could get them to chit chat and we could like flip cups around? Y'all want to come and sell on a flip and a hope and a dream? And I'm seeing somebody on the city street flipping the cups. You know what I'm saying? This is the energy this is feeling like. Judgment clarified the judgment earlier. There is a big awakening going on right now, and it's like I know some shit feels so true in my heart right now. It's like a reckoning, right? You know, the judgment card, that's a big like epiphany energy. And this is a very much like, oh no, it's like deny yourself and let me have a cup. You know, or I'll hide behind these cups I keep flipping. I don't know. This may be an area of shadow work. Do you flip the cups on yourself? Is someone else flipping the cups on you? I'm hearing. This could also be a message for someone I'm seeing. You know, Seven of Cups sometimes is getting caught up in illusion and fantasy that is not good, that is not, Spirit is saying, that is not organic. You know, crystalline imagination storytelling, that's not the same thing. You know, cup flipping, sell somebody an illusion. You know, I'm seeing like a lemon car salesman. I'll sell you a dream in this cup. You know, all I got to do is get her to take a drink. And then now I'm thinking of wings, and it's like, ooh, if I could just get one of her feathers. I don't know. And so you guys, again, I want to remind you and empower you that we had the World card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We were talking about the Wheel of Fortune in the last reading, and I had that card out on the table because that was that big dun 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 dun, you know, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, the Sun conjunct Uranus. We had all these beautiful conjunctions that we look forward to every year. And then we had it's the most luckiest day of the year. So we've already flipped past this place on the wheel. And it's like that lemony motherfucker snigget. And is it a shadow part of you? Is it a family member, an old toxic emotional cycle? Again, please know that Spirit, Ancestors, and Guides are stressing. You've already completed this. You know what it is. You have already done the transmutation work. It ain't nothing for you. Now I'm seeing somebody's like stamping on a roach bug. It ain't nothing. It's just a matter of not letting no cups get flipped on you. Like trying to show up. Now I'm seeing judgment in the shadow side. Judgment in the shadow side can be like a mask, hiding behind something. Now it's like, now I'm getting a picture of like people dancing at a, what do you call it? Damn. Oh, y'all, now I'm hearing a masquerade. Dun, 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 dun. I can't remember. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. I'm hearing all the songs now. Ooh, goodness. Spirit was saying something like, you can't go to the masquerade ball unless you also put on a mask. So there's masking energy here. Again, Seven of Swords, remember, came out. Judgment, clarified judgment, the Seven of Cups. Don't let the cups get flipped. It's like someone wants to pluck some feathers off your wings, and if they could just get in and flip some cups on you. And I keep saying someone. This doesn't have to be like a past romance. It could be a past thing. It's a completed cycle, whatever emotional, spiritual, shadow work energy this is. Now, Spirit and the ancestors and guides are also reminding me, and the goddesses, they're saying ultimately it all reduces down to, what is it? How do we say? How do we say in energy work? It can only resonate with you still if there is a bit of that shadow still in you for it to connect with energetically. So to eliminate the guessing game of masquerade, da, 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 who's behind the back mask, you know what I'm saying? Who's hanging on to the back wheel of the carriage? You don't need to worry about that. You just do you. You work on you in eliminating the blockages to where you can call in this joy, this pleasure, this I will be here now. I will learn to be present in the many forms of abundance and gratitude that are all around me now, right? That's like a magical. Now I'm seeing like roach spray. They can't even be in the room with it because it's so powerful, that level of gratitude and joy and present-mindedness. Well, child, I didn't even know we was going to dig in like that. I thought, I don't know, maybe Mars and Aries had another plan, and it said, you know what, we ain't really feeling how somebody's trying to stamp and kind of sneak in and be a little arrogant, be a little impulsive. There's a little bit of annoying, self-centered, I'm hearing icky energy. Mars and Aries ain't going to play that. He's going to get straightforward with it. He's going to be that stallion and just stamp them out right down the path. Or maybe you would imagine a dragon. The dragon's just going to breathe fire on it. Oh, you know what? I'm confident. My anger may be placed in a righteous way, and I'll give it a channel. And we're not really letting anything block our power, block our courage, block our passion, right? Ain't even trying to overthink it. I'm just gonna step out the carriage. My grandmothers, they said, don't look at you no more. And we're gonna snap our fingers to call the dragons to do what they need to do. That's very Mars and Aries, Mercury and Taurus. I said what I said. You heard the message. Ground it on out. Now go on. We are walking over this way. This is why we came over here and landed on this new earth soil. We're going to send our dragons back on it, and you don't even need to fool with it. It's this type of energy with something. Yeah. And Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius too. So it could be just this thing where you let... what a Spirit is saying, you let the scent draw the Pluto and Aquarius. Ooh, I'm hearing predator out. And it's this whole energy of, oh, they thought they were the predator, but they're actually the prey, because Mars and Aries isn't going to play that, not this go around. We're tired. We've got a lot of work to do. We're making brand new foundations, and we're building. We got shit to do over here. You know what I mean? Uranus and Taurus and Jupiter and Taurus have had us busy doing expansive abundance work. And this Mars and Aries energy is not going to allow anything to stand in the way of that. So, don't be, I would say, let's bring it back in. If you can identify what makes you feel less joyful, less courageous, less confident this week, less grounded this week, we are preparing for Jupiter to shift into Gemini, Venus to shift into Gemini. People maybe this is a preparation thing. Like, hey, people are going to see what you're doing and they want to communicate with you. They want to say, let me get a thought. Let me get a dime. Let me sell you a cup because I need one of these feathers. This is what Spirit is saying. We're not even going to have that. We're just going to call the dragons, Mars and Aries. Call the stallion, call the dragons, divine masculine fire energy. Just call it. We're not really going to play with it. We're not going to fall on the shadow side of Gemini and just kind of get super curious about everything that wants our attention. Okay? So this is a reminder to keep your thoughts focused, keep your energetic boundaries strong, be very grounded, big mama, like super powerful goddess, fixed earth, Taurus energy. Very much being like, don't come over here with that bullshit. So I'm excited to see how the week continues to unfold. I would encourage you to rest because we're going to have a lot of upkick in mental activity. we're going to be, so to speak, unloading a lot of those mental packages. Jupiter's going to be ready to expand those so that we can learn, we can be curious, we can be intellectual, we can grow in wisdom and discernment. But yeah, just be mindful this week. I don't know, I'm just hearing about who's trying to talk in your ear, okay? All right, that's what I got for you guys. Happy Tuesday. I look forward to talking to you soon on the full moon in a couple days. All right, love you. Take good care of yourselves. All right, bye.